Hello and welcome back to GoodKnit Kisses. I'm your host Kristen, and today we're going to talk about blocking your knits. And I'm going to show you that there's a couple of different methods to do it. They all are going to use water in some sort. Now, if you have a wool product, you can definitely use the steam method. But if you don't, if you have acrylic that you're not sure about using steam, then you can use any of these other methods here. Now, first, let's talk about what you're going to need. You're going to need, obviously, your knitting that you're concerned with. You could do a couple pieces at a time, especially if they're small. You're going to need a blocking board, or these are children's letter blocks here. And you're going to need some T-pins, these little rust-free T-pins. And then I have a little box. This is where how they look when I got them in the box. They're sold in different ways, but this was from an actual knitting store. And then bonus, if you want to get them, they can be rather expensive. This was $20 US a couple years ago. And these are blocking wires, and they're just very long wires here that come in this big long tube with these little rubber ends. And these can be purchased at usually a regular local knitting store, not a crafting store that I've seen. Okay. So the different methods, you could wash your knit on delicate or hand wash and get it wet. You can block it with spray bottle water, especially if you want to put something on a form, like if you want to put it on an actual round form, that would be fine, like glass or something that can get wet and hold it. So this is a spray filled with clean spring water or distilled water, and want to make sure that doesn't have a bunch of minerals in it. Also, you could soak it just in a basin. Right here, I've used a product called Soak, which you don't have to rinse. This one, you put in a teaspoon of the product to a gallon of water and then soak it for about 15 minutes and then just squeeze it out gently. And then this over here is your iron. Now, this one has a steam capability. See, it's got this little tube here. If you have a steam iron, you can use it that way. There's a lot of variations of steam irons out there. Some that are specifically used for knitting. You are also going to need to use some towels. You can put this over a bed or anything, but you want to use towels to protect it, but also they can get wet and they will absorb and then the water will disperse. So for this particular project, I'm going to show you how to do the soaking method or the spray method, and let's get started. Okay, for this method here with the water, either you're going to wash it in your washing machine on gentle and then gently squeeze it out. And when I say squeeze it out, what you want to do is gently take it and squeeze gently and then rotate and squeeze gently. You can also then take it and put it in a towel and squeeze gently this way, squeeze gently, and keep going. And then you would get another towel out and then squeeze it again. So you just want it damp, okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to do it with the spray method. Before we pin anything, we want to make sure that you have it nice and wet. Okay, after you've thoroughly soaked your project, make sure it's going to look darker as it's wet. Make sure it's just gently squeezed out. You want it damp, not soaking. And go ahead and lay your blocking boards out. Make sure they're larger than the object you're blocking. Put some towels down and then lay it with the knit right side up. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going down to the end of the pieces and I'm pulling it as much as I can. See how it's opening up these nice drop stitches. This pattern is called the clapetee. You can make it on needles or on the loom. And we want these to stand out. It's much better when you block them. If you have delicate things like lace and cables and items that you really want to showcase, blocking is the best way to do it. Okay, so once we have that in, what we want to start do is pinning. You're going to get your pins out and you're going to pin the corners. And then pin the middle of the fabric. Okay, and then you're going to go down the line. And so you've already gone and done the corners on each end, and then you're going to pin them down the line and put them at we're going to put them at the end of every run if you can. If you don't have enough pins, you're going to have to get more pins. But this is what the blocking wires will do for you. So you see how I can pin every time here along this line, and it blocks it out nice and even. If I have a large object, that's going to take a long time or take a lot of pins. Okay, you see how that works? And then we're going to pull this one out. Okay. We don't want to ruin our knitting. We don't want to stretch it too far. Okay, do you see how at every ending here, I've got a pin here and a pin here on either side of these drop stitches, and what that's going to do, it's going to cause these to all line up. So you're going to continue to do this all the way around your perimeter. I'll show you, if you don't keep pulling on them this way, your lines are going to be skewed, so you want to make sure that you're continuing to kind of pull these out here and make them all line up. I'll show you on the other side how to use the blocking wire. Okay, on this side we're going to use some blocking wire, and what you're going to do is run it through the end of your knitting. So we're going to find the corner, and we're going to go in through that corner here, and we'll work along picking up stitches. Sorry. I'm just picking up stitches along the side here. Okay, so I've got it through both corners. And you can see that it's a nice straight line. Isn't that nice? So you can just leave this blocking wire sticking out the end. And now I'm going to run a blocking wire through this side and now this side. Okay, I put in all the blocking wires and you can see where they intersect. I went ahead and put in another T-pin and over here, and then where I had to cross some, where I had to add in for length, I went ahead and added another one. So it saves you on the T-pins and also makes this really nice edge, and then I can just pin just at a couple of strategic points to let it hold the shape. But if you can see what the blocking wires look like versus down here, where it kind of pulls at different points here. Do you see all the different points that it's pulling? And those will work out. But if you like this nice, clean, straight line edge, you can try the blocking wires. So we're going to have this work up. It's going to dry, so however long it takes to dry, and that's how long it takes to block it. All right, we'll see it when it's finished. Well, I'm back, and I waited a day, and my knitting has all dried up. And I've taken it off the blocking wires and the T-pins, and you can see that the stitches are holding out very nicely. It looks so beautiful. It drapes very well, and we can just enjoy this or give it away as a gift. In fact, this is a gift for a good friend of mine. So I hope that blocking tips and tutorials has helped you. Have a great day. Please like and subscribe and comment below. Bye-bye. And happy knitting. Bye-bye.